Hello and welcome to your 2-week itinerary for your first Japan trip. I lied, it's more like 13 days, but hey, you could probably extend one of these days if you wanted to, and I will give my suggestions on alternatives or places that you can spend that one extra day if you need to. And also, this is my first time doing such a long vlog, so I have no idea how it turned out, so... Now before you begin any trip, you gotta pack your bags, and what do you put in it, you ask? If you, like me, are going in autumn, make sure you pack your pants, jacket and gloves. I cannot overstate the importance of the last item. You might think, oh, it's just autumn, just the coolest summer in it. Alright, welcome to day 1, where you will quickly realize you done f***ed up or you hit the jackpot. See, Tokyo has 2 airports, Haneda and Narita. Haneda is the airport closer towards central Tokyo, while Narita is... you can see why. But honestly, if your accommodation is on the eastern or northern part of the city, there really isn't much of a difference, so make sure you check your plane tickets carefully when you're buying them. Immigrations and border checks are pretty straightforward, provided you have completed the Visit Japan webpage application before arrival, but more or less, don't worry, let the staff there guide you. Baggage collection done. Now what? For Haneda, you have plenty of pretty cheap options. You could take the Tokyo monorail straight to the city center, or take the Keikyu airport line that connects to the main Keikyu line, which connects you to the southern part of Tokyo like Yokohama and Kawasaki, or join the Asakusa line further up north, or just know that there are plenty of good connections for cheap, getting you into the heart of Tokyo pretty quickly. Oh, and also a quick shout out to the buses if you want to take them for like the one bus fan that is watching this. Just a caveat, if you want to get a transportation IC card, they only sell the welcome speaker at Terminal 3, so if you somehow arrived at Terminal 1 or 2, don't worry, just get onto the airport shuttle that will transfer you to Terminal 3. If you're looking for a normal speaker, basically most JR stations will have the machine to purchase them, just that you can't buy it at the airport. And if you're looking for Passmo for those IC card collectors, for some reason they don't exist. For the Narita people, yeah, good luck. I've yet to figure my way out from Google Maps, but I heard there are plenty of express trains towards the city center. But again, yeah, you can see why Haneda is a better airport now, right? My suggestion is to travel to your accommodation first from your airport, as most hotels, well, less the self-service ones, will help to keep your baggage until the standard 3 PM check-in time, after which you can start exploring the city bag-free. Day 2 was a visit to Tokyo DisneySea. I had never visited a Disney theme park before, and since DisneySea is a Japan exclusive Disney theme park, we knew we had to try it. And just an advice, you should probably download the Disney theme park app if you are visiting either of the parks, since they allow you to pre-book your slot at the restaurant and allow you to get a free fast pass every 2 hours upon entry to the park, which was a huge time saver for big rides like Indiana Jones. For dinner, we had just a quick meal at Nakao, serving oyakodon, soba, ramen at the train station near our hotel. For day 3, we took a visit to Meiji Jingu. We then grabbed a meal at McDonald's, Japan. Next we went to Ikebukuro, arguably Tokyo's second anime town behind Akihabara, which has like maid cafes, anime merchandise stores, Asia's largest gachapon store. If you want anime merch, this is probably your second choice if you can't find it in Akihabara. After that, we got dinner at Torikizoku, which was just cheap and fast yakitori. Starting off, another touristy place is the Senso-Ji Temple, Tokyo's oldest and most established temple, with its iconic shopping street selling souvenirs and food before arriving at the temple itself. Heading east, we took a quick walk and break along the Sumida River. After which, we had dinner at Akihabara's Royal Host with like the best onion soup I have tasted, by the way. Initially, I was on the fence between Tsukiji Outdoor Market and the new Toyosu Market, but ultimately chose the former since it would be more convenient to divert to other activities should that place be closed. There isn't much information on this, but Tsukiji Outer Market, where the touristy things happens with like food stalls. Yes, the market area has moved to Toyosu, but I would argue that Tsukiji, although might seem a little bit overpriced, is probably more suited towards tourists, since said tourists are probably not buying seafood back to their hotel. But I heard that Toyosu area also has like a new touristy area also, so maybe you could take a look at that as well. We also paid a visit to Tokyo Tower, which looks eerily similar to a short red other tower from Europe. And finally, Shibuya. There's so much to do in Shibuya, like I'm not joking, you can shop, you can walk, you can go into the convenience, you can go to the malls, and there were a lot of people. just remember to wear thicker layers if you're going up there at night during the later parts of the year. And of course, we had our dinner at a surprisingly cheap sushi place. Like, the total bill was only 3,000 to 4,000 yen for the 4 of us, and we had quite a lot to eat. As for our last full day in Tokyo, we decided to close out our final 2 touristy locations that we have yet to visit, Harajuku and Shinjuku. Somehow ended in Shimo-Kitazawa, which sells vintage and second-hand expensive stuff for cheap. And getting back to Shinjuku after all that, we honestly didn't do much in Shinjuku other than for dinner and walking around and shopping. So unless you're there for drinks and the golden guy, you would probably find more worth spending the rest of the day somewhere else if you are not really into drinking. We are gonna see Mount Fuji. But first, we gotta collect the Shinkansen tickets that you can reserve online for a discount if you buy early through their official website. Arriving at Mishima Station, we collected our car from the car rental company and went on our way to the accommodation for tonight. But before that, a quick stop at Gotemba Premium Outlets. As for the accommodation, after the breakfast at a local bakery, we set off in visiting Arakura Sengen Park Observatory, well known for the Instagram photos that you can take from there. We probably spent too much time here waiting for Mount Fuji to appear. We then took a quick lunch/dinner at the Shabu Shabu restaurant with all-you-can-eat meats for 2,000 yen or around $18 per person for 60 minutes with unlimited sides and desserts. And honestly, I think we probably landed on the blacklist for the amount we ate there. We then head over to Oishi Park where we just about managed to catch a final glimpse of Fuji's peak before the sunset. Checking out, we headed to a nearby cafe with an abysmal wait time for 1 hour. From there, we took the Shinkansen again, bound for Kyoto. Got into accommodation there, which was a modern take of a traditional ryokan. Another thing that we noticed also was that Kyoto was more of a bus city, which has a flat fare of 230 yens for adults no matter how far you travel. Don't get me wrong, there's still trains and subways in Kyoto, but they are just not as interconnected and convenient compared to the buses there. We had our dinner at a curry place, which I kind of underestimated the spice level. Took a peek at the nearby Osaka shrine. The next day we had our traditional Japanese breakfast provided by the hotel. And we went on our way to Fushimi Inari Taisha. After which we got a few quick bites from the food fairs at the shrine before moving on to Kiyomizu-dera to catch the lighting of the temple. We then had our dinner at Kyoto Tower's food hall. Time to say goodbye to by far the best accommodation in terms of service. We left our baggage at Kyoto Station's locker and we took a train to the Arashiyama bamboo forest. We took a ride on the forest's own train service that brings you through the mountains and ending off in the countryside of Kyoto. From there we took a train back to Kyoto Station. and continue on our journey towards Osaka. After checking into our hotel, we went to Dotonbori, the most iconic canal of Osaka. As we drew closer towards the end of the trip, we decided to just wind down and take it slow. We visited Osaka Castle, which was located next to whatever this is. Honestly, didn't look like it belonged there. Then we took a train to Tsutenkaku. Having tea in front of the majestic tower before taking in the sunset views from up there. We then headed towards Umeda Sky Building, yet another observatory, albeit a more central one overlooking all of Osaka from every direction, but again, cold as heck, just like Shibuya Sky. Alas, the final day is upon us. We checked out and left for Osaka Station, where we had lunch. And that mostly concludes for our 13-day trip in Japan. There are still quite a lot that we did not cover or just barely glazed over on this trip. For example, a day trip to Nara, where you can visit the deers, visit the other shrines and temples in Kyoto, or even visiting the outskirts of Tokyo. Our trip was more of an easygoing, more relaxed, less of a go to the location and get a photo and move on type of itinerary. So I hope this is able to at least fit well into someone's plan. For me, I really enjoyed being in Tokyo and just wandering around aimlessly. Like, the hustle and bustle of Tokyo does seem to suit me well, and I enjoyed being part of the millions of people walking in the city. For the most part, walking in Tokyo just seems right. Shizuoka and Kyoto were also highlights for me, as they were much more peaceful and laid back. Being able to enjoy the scenery and slow down was much needed after the Tokyo experience. But as for Osaka, I wasn't really a big fan. Like, it didn't really feel right for me. Maybe it was because of the feeling of insecurity when walking around as compared to the previous 3 cities. Maybe it was the tobacco smoke that somehow was forever in the air. Maybe it was the buildings that somehow closely resembled Singapore's HDB. I just can't wrap my head around a concrete answer. Maybe I'll need a different opinion, or maybe I just experienced Osaka the wrong way. Let me know in the comments. Finally, I just want to share with you a few money saving passes that we got. So during our Tokyo trip, we bought a 72-hour unlimited subway pass for about $14 or 1,500 yen, which gives you unlimited train rides for 72 hours from when you first use the pass. If the area you're visiting in Tokyo requires you to travel a lot via the Tokyo Metro, this pass will be extremely worth it for you, since a trip typically costs around 180 to 220 yen. Just note that this pass is only for use on lines covered by Tokyo Metro and Toei companies, so you can't really use it on JR lines or other private companies. We also got the Have Fun in Kansai Pass, which allows you to visit 3 touristy places without paying for the entrance fee for just 3,000 yen or around $26. Most of the time you end up saving about 500 to 1,100 yen depending on the places you want to visit. For us, we used the pass on the canal boat ride, the Tsutenkaku and the Umeda Sky Building. But the nice thing on top of that is that they bundle a free 1-day Osaka Metro pass on top of the 3 tourist places. Finally, the Shinkansen. Don't book through Klook or third-party sites as they do charge a third-party handling fee unless they offer a significant discount. Do not buy from them. Also, side note, why we chose to get a rental car for the Fuji part of the trip is because, well, public transport is pretty lacking in that area, honestly. And rental wasn't actually that expensive. Like, the total came out to 38,000 yen or around $360 for 2 days after paying for tolls, the rental, the gas. Yeah, it's honestly quite cheap, and the cars were really new. And yeah, that's about it. If you have any other tips, make sure to share them in the comments. And all in all, I definitely enjoyed my time in Japan. I really can't wait to go back there for round 2. As for now, thanks for watching. Dislike this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and until the next one in 100 years.